setup is running for match number 2. Lathans coming in this time with 39th. But Tmanplays might have potentially an even better division here. Tman playing with 35th Air Assault. So this is really interesting. As we have Iglas coming around.
Now, this is a difficult choice. Both good divisions. 35th, if played well, could be absolutely devastating on this map for just locking everywhere down. Obviously, Lathans will have the advantage in tanks, but this map doesn't favor tanks quite as much.
Yeah, it doesn't favor tanks quite as much, though it's not the OG Black Forest. We have 3 zones around here, which if you control them all, you get a decent take online, and they can be controlled by tanks. So tanks on the Black Forest Duelist for sure more usable than on earlier versions of Black Forest, and BMP3s, they're also quite powerful. So we'll see how this all goes. We'll see if we see any real line shenanigans maybe from Tmanplays here. Will for sure be able to capture Charlie most likely, yes. Lathans will have a tough time there. 35th, really versatile division. A lot of fighters now. Has a solid tank with the T64 as well. Has the good BMD2 now, which has an ATGM on top, which is a big level up for that little tanky as well. The ATGM on top of that plane helping out.
Just looking at where these guys are sending units at the minute, look at where Lathans is sending all that stuff at the top.
He is going into the forest. Interesting.
Yeah.
He wants to fight Charlie. He might want to catch Tman off guard. Tman there with a good couple of ZSU trucks though. Will be ready for at least that Mi-24K that will come in. So that might not be easy.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting opening. I mean, I expected we might see something completely off kilter from these two, as you say, to throw the other player off. And that would count as unexpected.
Yeah, that for sure is quite the unexpected start there. Yeah, guys, you will get your chance of throwing channel points away. Don't you worry. Gamble at all. Tmanplays or Lathans. 35th versus 39th, a matchup we don't see super often. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Meet 8 with Dejaniki going to attack Alpha.
Yeah.
So Tmanplays being really aggressive there as well. Coming in general for a big assault onto Alpha. Charlie actually not that well saturated here, so we could see some weird trades there throughout this match at the beginning. KDBK for the south here for Echo and potentially Foxtrot for Lathans on the other side. So this should be interesting. BMP2s being used here as the IV of choice for Lathans. They win the gunfights against the BMD for sure, as they have the better frontal armor. And yeah, no BMDs here involved so far though. Only some Gus with Iglas. AA setup here is interesting with all the ZSUs as well. So yeah, the ZSU trucks with the gun-based buff to all spugs is for sure a decent unit to use against helicopter. Still a lot of them though. I'm not sure if that's maybe an overinvestment into 45 point gases here. If they run into BMP2s, they still will have a bad time. So
Is he really that paranoid about a helo rush in this situation?
Yeah. Ooh, might Tanka once more gambling heavily here, putting 250,000 points on the line for Tmanplays, making those odds for Lathans voters quite a bit smoother. This is going to be interesting. Yes, that's a lot of points on the line there. We have a good couple of CVs here coming around now. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. Here we go. Game is on. Higlas moving around. Rajvedka moving through the south as well. Have over here. Good couple of BMP2s coming in as well. Me 24k rushing through the middle too. This should be a really, really good match. KSHM moving through the south. We'll be able to capture some nice points here too. As the Vampiro coming in with the resub. Much appreciated. Yeah, KSHM. Let's see. How do you think this will go?
Well, I'm just sitting here quietly trying to think in my head what Lathans' aim is here. I think he's planning to lock down Charlie, and that's why he's sending the majority of his forces there, knowing that later in the game his tank mass gives him an advantage in Foxtrot Bravo area.
Me 24k not able to get the rockets out in time. And will get gunned down here before it can do anything. Set his use. The first rockets there on the KSHM were dangerous. Not able to get the kill there though. MiG-29 around in the rear as well. Motostrike moving up. More units to be brought in. Spesnats moving forward in here as well. As all the BMP2s move through there. BTR able to open fire against the Mi-8, but it's not gonna get the kill there. Motostrike versus Dejaniki. Dejaniki have the shock trait though. Motostrikes don't. So even though they have one less man here, they potentially will win this. As helicopters under lockdown by the ZSUs. So Perry's trying to come in. We see all the BMP2s coming in. A couple of Redka Saperi moving around here as well. SPG-9. What's settling down in the north. Lathans with a defensive setup in the south as well. Saperi's in BTRs. Trying to move forward, but all moving through the north. So it seems like Lathans will give up Alpha for now. And that will be interesting if you can make a comeback into that later on. You have some BMP-1Ps on the side of Tmanplays here. He's also having an ATGM now. It's the Factoria with only 17 penetration, also low range. It's a pretty mediocre ATGM, but still an ATGM on these boys. Veroniki Medis getting eliminated over in the north. So Lathans should be able to push in here. Doesn't have a CV for the zone though. So for now, Tmanplays is safe there. BTR 60 coming in now. As Tmanplays just evacuates the point now. No real reason to stay in there. Currently ticking up with the +2. This game is going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is a weird start from what I expected, that's for sure. Lathans is definitely taking Charlie, and reinforcements that weirdly I thought were going to Charlie are actually going to go to Alpha, but are just going a very strange way about it for T-Man there.
Yeah, that might be risky.
Yeah, I think. I wonder if it's a mistake.
Push through there in time. You might catch some of them on the way there. BMP2s. I feel like they might be a bit too late to catch these guys. If more units go through there though, they might be in trouble. Majvetka coming around in the south. 80 DK chilling out there. Spesnat GIU engaging the Radvetkas. Yeah, CV needed for the north. PTR on the way. The user coming in there as well. For sure, an interesting approach so far from both sides. +4 right now, pretty annoying for Lathans though.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, he'll be trying not to sweat the points, knowing Lathans, and he'll be concentrating more on what he plans to take next. And he is bringing some bits and pieces towards Alpha, but I would have expected him to go for Foxtrot.
Yeah, Foxtrot in my eyes makes more sense as well. I mean, he has a couple of BMP3s coming in towards Foxtrot as well, so you will have something around there. The BTR-60 arriving in the north will at least reduce it to a +2, but 400 points advantage on Black Forest is a real deal. More pre-users coming in.
There we go. Lathans now redirecting some of those forces from Charlie down towards Alpha so he can try and surround it.
Has to be careful there, though, to not be caught too easily off guard. But able to get around there for now. BMP2 reloading up the infantry. One of them actually loading Saperi RPO in. They are usually not seen in BMP2s, but switching transport there. BTR-60 trying to bully down the shreds. As we have an Igla being engaged now. BMP2 slowly coming in there as well. As we see a MiG-27K LGB coming around for some Red Gas. Quite a big bomb for these recon units, but it was an important recon unit there for Lathans, so kill is pretty useful. But we have some Spaznats fight in the north in the forest though, and Motostrelkis versus Spaznats, not a great engagement. Getting melted there quite quickly. Not even killing a single Spaznats.
Good maneuvering on Alpha there, though, by Lathans with all those forces. He's got the Sapri moving in, and he's got some fire support from the other side as well.
Yeah, should be able to get the CV in there. Has to wait for the Dejaniki to go down, though. Doesn't want to get killed off by that RPG. Let's Motostrelkis push in as well.
And at the same time, he's making his move on Foxtrot, trying to keep the pressure on multiple points at once, which is basically one of Lathan's go-to moves. Stress you across the entire map at the same time.
Yeah, Spaznats GRU being pushed back here. The BMP3s and TADBs could be really, really helpful with that push. BMP3 opening up, getting some nice crits there on the Dejaniki. Should be able to overwhelm that infantry here. TADB on the way, but there's a BK and the two BMP3s on the other side, so I feel like Lathans should have the upper hand there as well. But the CV of Tmanplays had to be evacuated out of Alpha. Looks pretty good for Lathans so far.
Yeah, his plan seems to be coming to fruition. He managed to take Charlie, which was the unexpected move, and now he can just build up that huge mass of tanks to secure the rest of the map.
SU-27 tried to find the Akula. We have an AT Akula on the battlefield. One of the strongest helicopters in the game. Good maneuvering there with the change altitude though, and the SU-27 has to be careful with the MiG-29s on the other side as well. MiG-27 LGB coming in there. Akula pushing forward, no AA against it. SU-27 finds a good hit against the MiG-29. Fires another missile. Can that one connect as well? It doesn't. But Akula maybe could be hunted. Nope, not for now. MiG-27 actually retreats as well. Both BMP3s and the TADBK really heavily hurt in the south. The BMP3s both down. TADBK really heavily damaged. Whilst the T-64 is still fine. Really good trade here for Tmanplays. So this is a problem. Akula now under attack here, not getting one-shotted by the MiG-23. Second one would be needed. Well, it's the Motostrelki tried to push forward. MiG-23 there taking a bit of damage as well. Lathans not with the success that I expected out of him at Foxtrot.
No, I think the lack of maybe another tank there just meant that he wasn't putting on quite as much damage as he'd hoped. But he does. Oh, he gets the Akula though.
Yeah, MiG-29 coming in too late on the other side. Akula is a good kill. But yeah, the southern situation is interesting. And Joe Qatar suffering in the chat there. After the EA Akula immediately going into a no. After that one got shut down.
LGB coming in for... I'm not sure what is coming in.
For the Spaznats, getting the hit. Important hit there. MiG-29 though finds the
Ooh.
kill. That's a big shutdown. As the Coups
That's an
not
expensive
able
loss.
to retaliate. Su-27 can't hunt down the MiG-29. So
Oh,
important
this is a
shutdown there
tragedy.
for Tman.
This is a tragedy of the maximum scale.
But we have Motostralkis and Redkas sitting around here in the south. BMP2 sitting back in the rear. KPV rolling forward, another TADBV. Rolling through the north. And yeah, Tman has 700 points advantage. So doesn't necessarily need to push the issue here. Lathans will need to capture his zone eventually here if he wants to turn it around. A single zone only being 40 points per minute, so if a single +1. If he gets a full zone, it would actually be a +2, so it would be 80 points per minute. But even with that, he would take a good while to get this turned around. Su-27 killing off the MiG-27 on the other side though. So both sides losing their LGB bombers there. Good kill there for Lathans. Su-27, the powerhouse here with a lot of long-range missiles coming in, getting the kill. Key victory here. Whilst we have still some forest fights going on here. Saperi versus Beznats. Beznats here with their fantastic RPO and AKSU. Absolute monsters when it comes to DPS. In the forest. One of the biggest squads as well with 12 hit points. And that means also 12 guns that fire onto the enemy. Stunning them down real quickly. That's Iglas. Try to disengage in the south. Get shut down there as well. As we have T-64B pushing forward there. And yeah, I like the traits lately for Lathans. I'm not super in love with his position on the map yet though.
No, I mean, the T-64 there, both T-64s, are doing a really good job at just pushing stuff back. And I'm still not seeing the tanks I thought I'd see from Lathans.
We see 1BV coming around. We see a lot of airplanes coming in here as well. On the hunt for the MiG-29. Tmanplays realizes it in time though. Will try to get the hell out of there. Su-27 will fire some missiles, but on maximum range there. And is not able to get the hits that it needs. MiG-29 coming in from the other side. Will not be able to find its 2 hits either. Might be able to find 1. Nope. Has to be careful now as the MiG-23s and Su-27 come around though. As their missiles fly out here now. But both sides not taking any damage. At the max range here. Su-27 number 2 coming in. Staying up in the sky. Iglas and ZSUs here not great against these high-flying planes. Conquerors. More TADBs coming in now. Another one enters the battlefield. So tank numbers will rise, but has to do it eventually here. Whilst Tmanplays can entrench further. Coming up with Conquerors.
Certainly seems like Lathans is going for that air superiority at the moment. Obviously, 35th really lack in the ground AA department.
Yeah, and with the kills of the Su-27s and the MiG-23s, the air advantage here for sure is in Lathans' hand. So with air dominance, you can go quite far. So it was pretty important for Lathans that he, for Tmanplays that he got the MiG-27. As if that would come around time and again with its LGB, it would be pretty problematic here for Tman. But that kill made that a bit less threatening. T-64B gets caught out in the middle of the field there though. TADBV with an easy kill. A bit of a plunder by Tman. And yeah, Tman holding out for life here at the moment. Like, doesn't look like Tman will be able to push anytime soon. Question is, can he hold out for long enough to bring these 700 points home?
T-Man with a bit of bait there with the MiG-29.
Ooh, yeah. MiG-23s going a bit deep. And there's a good couple of cards there. And Tman getting the victory. Starting to bring the air balance around again. A bit of an overextension there by Lathans. costing him dearly. MiG-23 obviously underperforming in comparison to the MiG-29. And Foxtrot by now is pretty well entrenched with the Conquerors. That won't be easy to break. But Bravo is just a lot of infantry in annoying positions before it. This T-64B, I'm not the biggest fan of. That one could be dealt with somewhat easily with the T-80BV. That would just move a slight bit forward.
Third BV on the way in now. I'm surprised we haven't seen any T-64 BVs rolling in response to that T-80 BV.
T-80BV of Lathans gets stressed out a lot. Gets hit a couple of times as well. And yeah, the T-64 BVs, I mean, they're not really necessary right now here. The B does the I kill BMP jobs just as well. And you need some cost efficiency here as Tmanplays in my eyes. So I like the B so far. The extra armor is obviously important against the tank versus tank fights, but you try to avoid those anyways. ATGM getting the hit in though. As in the north we see some cleanup with Mi-24s. No zone around here. Just could be used for some flanking maneuvers. But Lathans at least really taking control of Charlie fully now. There's little that Tmanplays will be able to do about that in the foreseeable future. And that gives Lathans ample of time to focus on Foxtrot and Bravo and trying to push those. Mi-24V AT sitting in the rear. Another Akula AT coming around as Tman has secured the air superiority again. So yeah, happy noises in the chat there with another Akula entering the battlefield. Can we see a push? Like, yeah, what does Lathans need for pushing in the south?
I mean, typical Lathans, possibly some mortars or something, just to soften up or force the Conkers to move. And then I would have thought a few tanks, speaking of mortars, there they are.
Yeah. Yeah, Lathans loves his mortars at the moment. So I was surprised that we didn't see them earlier. We didn't see them in game number 1 either. Just saw some Akatsias there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see them now. This is a lot of infantry, so mortars can be really effective there. They take their sweet time to get their damage in at the moment, but they will get it in eventually. T-80BV and Motostrelki pushing in the south. The Dejaniki Medis there under good fire. We'll have to disengage. T-64 versus T-80B. Could be a good fight. Especially with the second T-80BV over here involved. Lathans not using this opportunity though. Big mistake in my eyes. Motostrelki Medis getting hit, but the side shot potentially here against the T-64B not being used. Lathans throwing away a kill here. Conquerors hitting the T-64B over here. T-80BV disengaging, whilst we have some more units coming in from the rear. There's Janiki Medis over here under fire now. Will get shredded most likely, but Redga in trouble as well though. Really going low. Mi-24B rocket coming in as well. As we have a good couple of mortars all around. T-64B over here being hurt. Able to smoke off, able to disengage. Mi-24V rocket coming in with the kill. Conquerors under fire. Second salvo coming around. Another Conquerors being in here though. Smoke should come out.
Conquers are struggling.
Oh no, that BMP2 is in a lot of trouble. Can it get behind the building? Ooh, it can. Okay. 685 points, and they start to become relevant now. 19 minutes on the clock. V24V rocket. Trying to come around. ZSU. Getting the Mi-24 there. And they will shred them out of the skies. Really, really brutal. LGB coming in with a good kill as well. Coops not able to find the kill onto the MiG-27. We see some Su-27s coming in, but they so far without a hit either.
And here's the MiG-29.
MiG-29 stream coming in. Have to be careful of the Coops. Iglas trying to get one.
They've gone
Good
too
hit.
deep.
Really good hit onto the MiG-29 over there. Getting the kill. The other one's flying over really dangerous territory as well. Coop not able to find the fire though yet. As the attack beacon is placed in the south. I'm not quite sure for what. For artillery or so, because I don't think mortars do well there. And artillery coming in for the Spetsnaz GIU. 685 points here for Tmanplays. BMP-1P getting hit. Conquerors getting a nice kill. Good hit on the Conquerors in the north.
I mean, T-Man is still looking pretty solid here. I'm struggling to see how Lathans forces his way through at the moment.
Yeah, the push through is the issue. I feel like Lathans has the stronger force still on the battlefield with the T-64s and T-80BVs and so on, but he just can't find a spot to push through, and that will be obviously problematic in the long run. Nice kill there on the Spetsnaz GIU with the mortars. Akula
I'm surprised T-Man's push.
Yeah, coming up. I mean, he killed a lot of infantry over there. Or having them really low. Meanwhile, in the south, Lathans still struggles to get a CV in. As another T-64 arrives. But yeah, these mortars, highly annoying. Smoke wall coming up. T-64 getting a BMP-1. What will happen here now? Like, how does Lathans break this?
Well, I mean, let's be realistic. T-Man's just sent some of his infantry into the heart of the beast, so they're probably going to die sooner or later. So that means he's lost a little bit of his defending infantry for Bravo. I'm still surprised we haven't seen more tanks around Foxtrot, but I feel like Lathans could potentially just get in the corner of Foxtrot now and countercap.
Yeah. Though the Conquerors there make it somewhat hard. I find the smoke wall to be quite curious. Like, what was he smoking off? Like, that smoke wall was just quite the interesting choice.
Yeah.
T-80 BV versus T-64 BVs. Quite the close fight here. T-64B getting hurt. Smoking off though. Good reaction there from T-Man. Not losing any major tanks here. Meanwhile, we have a Mi-24V AA coming around. Pre-user, Igla all coming in the south as well. Foxtrot chilling out in the center. And this is going to be a problem here for Lathans with only 15 minutes on the clock now.
Yeah, there is not much time left, and all T-Man has to do is hold for a little bit longer, and it'll be very difficult for the Lathans to catch up here.
Wonder if there's any chance for a big play towards Delta. But for that, I think you need some tank kills here more, like taking out all the T-64s. And the Akula there is quite dangerous as well. We don't have much AA in that regard around the battlefield that can easily deal with this. And that's for sure an issue.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, you know, pushing all the way through to Delta, it's going to take time once you've cleared everything in Bravo or potentially Foxtrot to get all the way around to Delta. You know, you need fast units, and realistically, what fast units do the 39th have?
Yeah, you have some Motostrelki and stuff, but nothing that is super quick to make that push through there. Mi-24 VAT flying towards the south. Cocons ready. MiG-27K LGB coming in for the T-64, finding a good hit there. EDBV moving around. Ooh, good hit. MiG-29 trying to come in. Good hits there, good kill. Ooh,
Oh.
double kill. Air is open again. Su-25s, for example, now could be interesting here.
Yeah, that was
Well,
very
there's
big
still maybe
overextension.
too many ZSUs for that. But big amount of ATGMs flying around here now as well. Both
And here's
sides
that push.
losing some transports here. Mi-24V AA coming in. Su-27 actually coming in with a gun round for the Mi-24V. Getting it really low. Not quite getting it down. T-64 BVK under fire there as well. We have only 13 minutes remaining now. Big fight here between these two. Su-27 getting killed out of the sky. Big oof there for Lathans. Doesn't find the MiG-29 this time around, it seems. Well, missile. Oh, clutch one. Finding the hit. MiG-25 HE bomber coming in here. Haven't seen that thing in a while. Okay, going for an infantry plop in here. Some stuff trying to hit it. Let's BMP3 moving upward. Okay.
I think T-Man's holding. I don't think there's time for Lathans to do this anymore.
Yeah, Lathans would need both points at this stage, really. Realistically, and that will be problematic to get at this stage. Like, I'm not sure how you would do that. BMP3 is pushing forward. The grind is real. The mortar fire non-stop coming in. He has some infantry pushing over. He has some T-80BVs. He has kept a good amount of T-80BVs alive. Helicopters coming around as well. Akula is still a problem on the other side, though. That hasn't been dealt with yet. Su-27 went down. Second one is still around, but this won't be easy. We have another T-80VK coming in, some BMP-2s. Okay, they going for a flanking run.
Yeah.
They will still take a while.
They will avoid the majority of the Conkers, though, coming around that way, and most of the tanks.
Yeah, the issue is they don't have AA support, so Akulas could be painful.
Unless they got a bomber in again. Down at the bottom on the T-64.
Yeah, MiG-29 trying to come in. T-64B going down. Piusa going down on the other side. MiG-29 getting close enough. No Su-27 or so around, so that MiG-27 is in a lot of trouble. Will be able to dodge the missiles, but not able to dodge the gun. MiG-29 coming in with the kill. Running completely out of guns. That MiG-29 used all its ammunition to get that kill, but it secured the kill in the end. Rortov will go down on the way out. No, actually had warp speed on there. KDBV
I thought it was
going down as well. CV is coming in now for Lathans. Oh! Oh, that's an annoying stun. Does he have a smoke again? Kinda needs to smoke, move in, move out again. Yeah, he's moving in now. Does he still have to smoke up? He will capture the whole zone. Will go up to a +3 here now. MiG-27 LGB will find the kill though. Oh, is he? No! Oh, so close! It was so close for the full capture, but it didn't quite get the full capture. Mi-24 VAA not getting the kill in the south. And Tmanplays also has a CV ready there. I thought that was lost, but nope, it's coming in again. Tmanplays will get the full capture here again. Lathans only getting a couple of points. With a full capture at least, he would have gotten 20 points or so more there. SU-22 here coming in with the gun run against the Akula. At least getting it pretty low. Still has some bombs left that it could use for other purposes. Coming in with a bombing run here. Not dropping it though. Being pushed out by the ZSUs. The assault from the north now coming in with the T-80BVK. The 2 CVs of Tmanplays under attack. Akula currently not being ready for use, but there's 4 T-64s. Yeah, really the strength of the 35th that it has those tanks around as well. ZSU going down. Conqueror's coming in. HE bomber coming in with a good run. T-64 Bs and BVs going down quite low. The T-80 BVK though is in trouble as well. Will we see any plane suiciding onto it? MiG-29 coming around here. Not being able to get the kill. SU-27 from the other side. Could maybe try to find the Akula as well. Oh no, the T-80 BV needs to survive here for Lathans. Amount of ATGMs by now somewhat reduced. BMP-2s and co did die. Conquerors here under attack. Super stressed out. Mi-24V AT coming around. Akula still alive as well.
I mean, Lathans has a good push going here.
Can this be done? BTR coming in for the southern zone as well. There is a T-64 BVK on the other side though. 7 minutes. Oh, the T-80 BVK going so low. It's nearly dead. The CV's on the other side out, but the Conqueror is from the side. It gets the kill. This is disaster struck here now for Lathans. Has a BTR 60 BK in the rear again, but needed to get that zone here now as it's only 7 minutes remaining now. Is on a +1, but the +1 will be pretty slow here. I'm not even sure he realizes that he still has a CV here in the rear. Has another T-80 BK coming up. The T-64 needs to die. T-80 BV coming in. B flanking here onto this as well. Comes in with the ATGM. Gets the side shot, gets the stun. No smoke for the T-64 BV. Gets the capture in the north. That's a +2. +2, I believe, is barely not enough here, though.
He needs the other point. He needs that command.
Ooh, and Timon has another command here around that could sneak in there. Could recapture that point. The BTR-60 already moved out of it. And that would be devastating. That's BTR-60 can't run in there. There's too many Dejanikis there. It won't be able to make it in. Lathans realizes that now as well. And the southern CV gets in there again. Stops the tick. The +2 tick was nice to get at least a couple of points here, catch up. If with a +4 it would have been, or +3 it would have been really nice, but it's now completely stopped again. The CV needs to move in here again. T-80Bs and BVs get overrun by ATGMs. By the BMDs. SU-22 gun running it down there. Rajvetka
Nice.
finding the spot. BTR will be able to capture it again, but now only 5.5 minutes. Time really running out here. BTR-60 being found in the rear. We see a lot of SPG-9s, we see a lot of Motostrelkis. I believe no bombers, no helicopters left here for Lathans. Has the +2 here again now, as a lot of BMD-1s move forward. One of them gets shot down. T-80 BV finds the next hit. BMD-1 in general not having that many rounds. BTR shouldn't engage this here though. Should smoke off. Gets killed off again. If the CV
Oh.
of Tman can be sneaked in there again, that would be a disaster. We see a BTR rolling through the north. Conquerors firing here as well though. Me24V trying to clear the gap. Akula AA gets the kill on the other side though. There's a Dejaniki, there's a Conquerors. This BTR 60 won't get anywhere. That will get killed off before it gets there. Yeah, Conquerors with the kill. Tried to go for a deep run here. +2 is on now. As the T80BV is going for the middle. SU-22 here. Can it find some good kills with the bombs? Going for the T-64 actually, not for the infantry. Gets one of the infantries. Doesn't get the T-64 though. Will make it out. Infantry in the
BK
south.
is there.
Dejaniki.
No BK, no.
Oh, showing side armor there. Will get killed off. And this is most likely it here. He needed that zone. As it's only a +2 now. And he has no CVs left on the battlefield. Lathans out of CVs. Even Tman has a CV left. Tman using the wrong fast move though. Like that fast move is overly aggressive. But there's nothing left here on Lathan's side to come in here. Absolute dash to the wire game here. But Lathans in the end not quite able to do it. Tman realizing the error of his ways there in the pathfinding for that R149. And will move now into the south, will stop the tick with it, and there's just no CVs. Yeah, BRDM already on the way. That will stop the tick. And with that, there will be no room here for Lathans to get this point, as he has no CVs on the battlefield. And we see some Su-27s being shut down here by more MiG-29s. Lathans surrenders game number 2. GGVP.
GG, guys.
We have Tmanplays on match point. Absolute dash to the wire game here in the end. Both sides with brutal losses here, giving it all.
Wow.
And yeah, really hard for GG by Tman. Dejaniki Medis coming around. KA-50 Akulas getting some decent kills as well, though mostly small units. Fantastic game here between these two, getting us this 40-minute long one in as well. And yeah, now Lathans will have to get 3 wins in a row if he wants to bring it around. Tman with a really, really good shot now on the lovely, lovely prize pool of